Every little person who walks in that doorway of the school every day, they all want to learn, and they all want to be successful, and they all want to have a good time there.
You'll learn how to be successful here at Gateway. So if you feel that things are getting tougher, right? If you feel like you're not doing as well as you think you should, right? I can be a mentor. Hey, Mr. Runhell, I'm really having a tough time in seminar. Hey, Ms. Runhell, I'm having a tough time in math.
I see these kids come along, and they don't have the skills to be successful in high school. They don't have the motivation to be successful in high school, and I wonder what happened. You can take the ones who've been successful and go, oh yeah, we're doing a great job, but you have to look at those other kids who haven't had success in school. What can I do to make sure this particular student is successful? I have a daughter who was quite dyslexic. In talking to some other moms who had children with learning differences, we started building a school to make sure those kids who have low skills, those kids who aren't motivated, go to college. And I think when you start with an idea like that, then everything leads you in that direction. And then, you know, that first class graduated, and that was unbelievable. These were all kids who came from very difficult family situations, who had no thought of going to college when they came to high school, and they were all going to college.
One of the false dichotomies in education is between equity and excellence. And some people think you can't have both. I think places like Gateway demonstrate that you actually can have both.
The very first day of school, only our 9th graders come. We welcome them to our school.
Morning. How you guys doing?
And then almost immediately we put them on buses and take them to UC Berkeley. We want from their very first day of high school for them to be able to picture themselves in college. We want them to think ahead to where they can be in 4 years and know deep down that this can be them. Joel Rangel is our director of college counseling.
You had like everyone in every seat, and you had your one notebook here.
He's the head cheerleader for college because he loves the school, he loves college, and he loves getting kids excited about it.
This is like the student activities building, right? So if you look at the window, people could take away your freedom, they could take away your house, they could take away your car, they can take away everything from you. But the thing nobody can take away is what you know, is what you've learned. It's your education. That feeling of empowerment I use to guide other students to find their own path. I wanted to show you guys this because you're a part of something bigger, all right? And you will be successful. Got it?
You build something that works, right? You know it works. Gateway works, everybody knows. Test scores are great, kids are happy, leaders lead.
It's not ever about, look what we've done. It's about, how can we make it better?
When we were planning the school, I think the experience I had in my mind was my son, who was too old for Gateway. I thought, God, you know, I wish I could rewind the clock with him and find an environment where he would be supported.
In 1997, when they were first dreaming up the school, they said, maybe high school's too late.
Because think about it, when they come to 9th grade, and some of them are 4 or 5 grades behind, you really have to do almost an impossible task in those 4 years of high school. Which is why Gateway started a middle school.
Of school this year?
You want to just quickly stand up, say your name, and if you want to share what school you came from, and then you can sit back down.
My name is Jamar, and I went to visitation of.
Welcome, Jamar.
Hi!
Just got out of the IEP meeting with 3 of Graham's teachers, and I mean, I could go home and cry of happiness. Within 3 weeks of Graham being at Gateway, these teachers know him. They talked about what are Graham's strengths, and my husband Neil and I were just like, well, we listed probably 5 of his strengths, and then they added about 10 more strengths that they knew about our son. And they know his challenges, but they're not overwhelming. You know, there was no puzzlement on the teachers' faces like, this child won't fit in this school. It was like, how are we going to make this child successful? This is a school for my son.
You know, when I think of starting this school, I think of the group of us, the group of the 5 of us, standing on one side of a door, saying, how can we get the door open? And while we were standing there trying to figure out, the door opened and we were on the other side. One thing that happens to me every day when I walk in here is that I can't believe we did this. All of these kids, all of these teachers, all of these colleges, it's phenomenal. Educating young people is really about self-realization. And it's a pretty scary prospect as a high school student to think of standing up in front of a class or standing up in front of a school, making a presentation about something you care about. It's scary. But what if I never stepped up and said, we've got to start a school? You have to have confidence, and you have to be strong, and you have to know you can do it. You have to take risks. You have to be scared. And I try to do it as often as I can because it's important. And good stuff comes out of it. And that's how I feel about this.